Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Another great week. Obviously, starting a new week. Um, some of the best things that happened for me this week, obviously, is I went yesterday, Saturday. Obviously, this recording is on Monday, but I got to see my mom, my dad, and it's been a long time coming. I should do that more often. The previous week, obviously, I saw and ate lunch with my grandmother, and I'm gonna try to do more of the same with most of my family. This time off has really made me realize how important family is. I've done something for so long, so many years, that you get distracted, you lose sight of why you do what you do. And so I don't ever want to do that again. And so it's allowed me to see my family, to be around my family more often than I used to. Typically, this is recruiting time, or this is time off for coaches, but you still in the building in college sports. NFL is a little different, but it's been a blessing. So seeing my mom and dad yesterday, just talking to them, not even about really anything, special or particular, just being around them, seeing how much you miss them, being in their presence, just making sure they're okay. Like, check on your family. That's like, no matter what, people go through things, and they never tell you anything about it. And sometimes it doesn't even seem like it's a lot, but they're carrying burdens. Everyone is, every one of us, even myself, right? But getting time to spend with family, your why, why you do the things that you do. And obviously, my mom and dad's a big reason why I'm here today and why I've made it this far in my life, right? Is because of things that they sacrificed for. And so now I'm starting to put all that into work, into action, and realizing that you can't, forget where you came from. So my family still lives in New Orleans. It's a blessing to be able to go back, in that area. I went to um, a seafood spot I have never been to. My family have went there, and I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed more, getting advice from my mom to go there, or just sitting talking to my dad about the Bible, about life lessons. And it might have been just for like 5 hours, 3, 4, 5 hours, but that was enough to fill me up, right, for the week ahead. And so it kind of got me thinking, like, everything that we go through, right, is really not meant to like destroy us. Um, it's training. The same way with any job that we go through, um, you got to go through a process of training before they put you on a job. They're not just going to hire you and just throw you out there in the kitchen to cook, or hire you and just throw you out there to clean something, or even being, when you go from an employee, regular, normal employee, to being a supervisor, right? There's a level of training they have to put you through to say that, you meet the criteria of this position. And so it's the same in life. Like, the stuff that we are going through, that we look at as an issue, or we look at as a problem, or we look at as challenges, is really training. It's preparing us for something. Like, no matter what we go through, I was talking to my dad about that yesterday, about even thinking about Jesus and his disciples, his apostles. They went through the 3 years of Jesus's teaching, not for Jesus. Like, he was going through it. They were going through that, right? That was training for them to take and run his race afterwards. Like, they will become the rocks, the foundation of the churches moving forward, but they had to experience everything he went through, the hate, the disdain, the dislike, and he never even did anything wrong. And in that moment, they probably just like, seeing him go through it, like, why people, dislike him and all that. And they never really realized it was foreshadowing. It was something that was going to happen to them eventually when they took over, when they run his, the race for themselves that he started. But it's the part of it, right? It's the on the job training that we want. Like, I want the new car, I want the nice house, I want the family, but you can't just wake up one day and just have it. There's got to be a process in this that molds me and prepares me for it. And that's what we go through in our life. The challenges, the obstacles, they're preparing us for something. And it's so easy. Again, I always say this, like, it's so easy when we're younger, to just think everyone's against us. even on our current job, whatever situation you're going through, if you kind of take a step back, I've learned that and the reason I've learned it now is because I have so much more time to just think. Like when I was working right at the university, everything was going so fast, or I made everything go so fast. I just thought I never had enough time. I would go to work, be at work all day, come back to the house, and then go to sleep, wake up, and do the same thing over and over. And it was just conditioning myself to just always think there's problems to be solved. When in actuality, if I just sat back and contemplated, like I can probably get through multiple of my issues or challenges just by taking a breather, just by just slowing down. But again, when you're on someone else's job, like you go at their pace, you go at their speed until you finally take a step back and you can realize like the flow of things is on your time. And that's how you look at your wins. Like that's how I look at it, at least. Like now I have more time to kind of figure things out. Now I have more time to build up my schedule, and everything isn't an attack. Like the devil is not responsible for everything in my life. Like again, I go back to you get a choice, you make a decision. There's a consequence to that, and then there's a response from you. That's life. Everything isn't the enemy. Like we probably 75, 80, 90% of the time, it's a decision we made. And there's a consequence behind it. Yes, do I think the enemy probably plays a part? Yeah, he don't make you do anything. But even him trying it to be for bad, like it's gonna work out for us as long as we stay within the realm of where we're supposed to be. Like I have a gift. As long as I stay within that assignment, using that gift, I'm gonna be okay. Like he never said it wasn't gonna be that. He never said it was gonna be okay and everything. It was gonna be great. It's gonna be fabulous. It's gonna be fantastic. Like no, he just said he's gonna be with you. And so I take solace in the fact that now, like I understand and know that. Like I used to read it, and we all read it, but like we don't really understand it. And as I've matured, a lot of people say you get old. Like I don't think I just age. Like every year you're aging. Every year you get older. I don't really use the word old, but now I understand things differently. I don't react the same way as I did 5 years ago because I'm realizing energy is important. And what I put my energy in is taxing to my body, taxing to my mind. I'm trying to figure out things that really have nothing to do with me. Like it's just let it go. I was just, again, that's a conversation I was having with my dad. Just okay, like they say some stuff and you hear it, you disagree with it, but every situation doesn't deserve a response. Sometimes you just okay. Like I'm not out here to prove anything to you. I'm not out here to go back and forth, with people. It's nothing to prove. You're right. Okay. And move on, because the energy you're losing, the energy you're putting into this situation, the person is just going to go up the road. They believe what they believe. Their perception of the situation is different. Doesn't make it right or wrong on either side. It's just, what are you willing to put your energy in? And it's again, it goes back to, how do I feel about the situation I'm in? Like, am I going to victimize everything that I go through? Or am I going to sit back and say, hey, you know what? There's a purpose behind this. I played a part in this, right? And my part in this has put me in this situation. But even still, I'm going to come out on top because it's meant to be like this. Like no matter what, if you go to the right or to the left, God has a plan for you. And it doesn't mean that we can just do stuff that we're not supposed to, right? But as long as you stay in the will, as long as you mean well, like everything we do is not going to be understood by others. Again, it goes back to the perception situation. Like what I perceive is good might not be perceived as good to someone else. My conversation, how I'm saying, like even on this podcast, right? Somebody's going to perceive what I'm saying differently. I can break it down as much as I want. Doesn't mean they're going to understand it the same way I'm saying it. And we just got to understand as human beings, that's how it is. It wasn't my dad used to always say that they wasn't raised in your house. So they're not going to feel it the way you feel it. They're not going to understand it the way you understand it, even if you try to. They'll have a perception. You'll have a perception. Can we find a way to have a common ground and meet in the middle so we can get whatever we got to get done? Or do we just mutually part ways? Agree to disagree. But it's energy. And that's the most important thing. Like it's not about figuring other people out. It's your walk, it's your life, it's what you're going through. How is it helping me? How is it growing me? Again, it's a challenge. It's not like I'm not being terrorized. The world doesn't hate me specifically. The world's not just like, picking me out for these situations, right? Like it's either here to teach me something or I don't need to be in it. I'm not supposed to be on this path. And God is either trying to get me away from it, right? Or God is strengthening me for something. Everything's training. Everything that I go through when I get up in the morning, I have a decision to make, right? I'll decide from the time my alarm goes off, whatever, gets me up, I decide how my day is going to go. And then through the flow of the day, stuff happens. Stuff happens that I have no control over. But again, if I look at it as if it's preparing me for something later on, then it's not a woe is me. And that's how I've learned to flip different things. Again, it starts back with me losing, the job that I had that I coveted for years when I was younger, right? I thought I had the best job in the world, which is crazy because when I worked for the Rams, I thought that was the best job in the world. Left that job for the job I just recently had, right? Because I thought that was the best. And then you start to realize, like, right, the situation I'm in right now, I think that's the best, right? Because in this stage of my life, like, I value freedom more than I value name recognition, right? When I was younger, it was so great because I had so much energy. I had so much time, I thought. And the celebrity popularity stuff was more important. As you get older, you start to realize how precious time is. And so each job is different stages of my life. And I've been blessed, really blessed to be where I am right now. And even the jobs I've had in my life and the people I've met in my life to be where I am now. And so I've taken a different approach. Like everything I go through grows me. But I have to understand that most of it is my fault. Most of everything I go through is based on my decision. I get a choice. I can go left or right. And thinking about going left or right, you have to understand that when I go right, there's going to be turmoil. There's going to be challenges. It's not going to be easy. If I go the other way, it's going to be the same, right? It's just how I decide to react to it. And so now, probably even last year, right? Even a few months ago, I'd react more emotionally. And that drains you. And so in the last few months, the last few weeks, I've kind of fought myself on, you know what, I'm going to control my emotions more. I'm gonna settle down more. And it's easy to say, like tomorrow something might happen that might get me emotional. But it's just the thought, the act of, putting it into action that sometimes I'm going to catch myself and say, hey, look, okay, you're right. And figure it out. I got to get out of that I told you so business because I've always been in that, hey, my way is the right way. And that's not always the case. You're not right about everything. And I tell myself that all the time now because it's not even about being right or wrong, right? What works best for everyone and figuring out what's best for me in this moment. Because, again, what seems right to me might not seem right to other people. And I have to understand that. What works best in this situation? And how can I get something from this? Everything I go through, I want to learn something from it. And it's trying to teach me something. Sometimes we just go through things and we don't pay attention enough to learn anything. And so, like I always say with my grandmother saying, either you pass the test or you keep taking it, right? When you pass the test, what did you learn from it? When I was in college, right, I would pass tests, cheat however I got, right? Like you do what you got to do. You pass the test and you learn nothing from it, only to take the next test and some of the stuff from the first test is on it. And because I didn't learn anything, I can't pass that test. So I might have skated from test one, but going into test two, some of test one's questions are on there. and I didn't learn anything. So now I failed test 2. So while I thought I won, or while I thought I got over, I don't. The training is for a reason. It's not just, for happenstance. Like everything that we're going through in life is maturing us, is growing us to be in this situation. And I think like another thing that I've enjoyed recently is I started going back to church in person instead of just virtually or watching on YouTube. Like the atmosphere is different. This morning I went to Fellowship Church in Zachary, and it just was an amazing experience for me that I needed. I need to feel that presence that, some people might feel that on TV, on YouTube, but it wasn't working out for me. And so the last few weeks I've been going back into the church and feeling that, like today I actually felt like the presence of the Lord, and it touched me, it moved me, and I think it allows me to think clearer. Like my thoughts, my ideas, I feel much better. And maybe that's just me, but like I said, I enjoyed it. But it's again, different stages of life. And as you get old, like I've never been 37 before. In a few weeks, I'll be 38. So I've never been 38. So I don't know what's going to happen in 38, right? And that's the great part of life. Like we don't have all the answers. We don't have it all figured out. No one does. This will be my first time being 38 ever in my life. And so I can't, act like I have all the answers to the test. But 37 is preparing me for 38. And I'm paying more attention in year 37 because I have more time, and I'm devoting more time to learning and reading more and gaining more knowledge, right, to prepare me for 38. And I'm not going to say I'm an ace 38, right? I'm not saying I'm ace 37, right? But I'm going to pass, and I'm going to get the necessary training for 39. And then 40, I'm using my time wisely now. Same time, same 12 months, same amount of hours a day, same is my sleep. I look at on my Apple Watch, right? And it tells me how much I'm getting, the same amount of sleep that I've been in the last 5 years. It's just now I'm not overworking myself as much because I'm retaining the information more. So now I know how to navigate differently instead of just going full throttle. Now I'm being more strategic with how I'm doing it. But the same amount of hours, I'm just using the hours more wisely. That's it. And figuring it out and understanding that everything is not an attack. I play a huge part in this, but whatever I'm going through is training me, is preparing me for what I have as I leave. Like that chapter 2, all right, chapter 38, I've got all the information from chapter 37. Chapter 38 is coming, and now I'm a little more prepared for 38 than I was leaving 36 going to 37. It's a blessing. I appreciate life. I appreciate good health. I appreciate waking up every day, and that's all those things are training. I'm going into a new stage, and I'm more prepared to go into this stage than I was into the last stage because I focused more. I gained more, right? I accepted more, and I realized that it's important and it's necessary. Everything is necessary. And some things that are not necessary, I just do away with. It's not worth it. My time is more valuable now. And so I appreciate that. And that's the thing that we got to get to, right? That, again, we understand that everything is a training phase. And then you got to go into, training, preparation, and then you put it into action. Like there's no purpose. There's no reason for you to be training for 38 years of your life. At some point, you got to do. And so now it's as I go into, again, year 38, I understand better. Because one, I've shut up, right? And I've listened. It's something that I struggle. I didn't listen as much the last few years. Now I'm listening more because I can use that. The art of listening is so important, and it's going to get you a long way. Yes, you might have the answers, is the truth, but you can still listen to different perspectives. Doesn't mean you have to retain it. Doesn't mean that it's always going to work for you, but hear them out, because their way merging with your way might help you get there quicker, sooner, more effective. And I'm learning that. And so again, I'm learning every day. I appreciate my mom and my dad. I appreciate my grandmother. I appreciate my friends. I appreciate everyone in my life, because they're the reason I've gotten this far, and they're going to be the reason I'm going to get even further. And we all will. I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves. I hope everyone's, like, every day I'm jogging, every day I go walk now, I'm taking care of me. I've spent so many years, and I appreciate taking care of others, but now I'm taking care of me. I want to go into year 38 healthier than ever, like at the healthiest I can be at this age, right? I can't be healthy as 25. I'm not going to be 25. I got to be as healthy as I can be at this age, and then continue to grow and build, understanding that, sometimes that fast food, that candy, the soda is not going to help fuel me for year 50. Now I'm looking at that a little differently. And so I thank God for it. I praise him for being in good health and being able to do whatever I want to do. That is the goal in life, to do what you want, whenever you want. That freedom, that control of your own life. And so I hope we all strive for that. And I wish everyone well all the time. I hope everyone's doing well. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your mental. When you start to take care of this vessel that is borrowed, right? We don't own it. It goes back to the earth, which it belongs to, and our spirit goes somewhere else. But this is being lent to us, and so we have to take care of it. And that's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, the way you eat, the way you exercise, what you think about, how you read. You got to feed all that, and your body, your mind, your spirit will thank you for it. Take care of yourself, and you can take care of others. You can go further taking care of others as long as you take care of yourself. I hope what I said helped. I hope it resonated. I know it helps me. So like I've said before, I don't care if anybody watches this. If I'm just talking to myself, it's improving me. That's the number one goal, is to help others, so others can realize, their importance. Like, you got to take care of you. And then everything else will flow. Everything else will fall in line. Keep God first. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Y'all be blessed. Y'all keep going. Take care of your mental. Read more, right? Get off those screens. And I know you're going to be on the screen watching this, but once you get off this, getting that Bible, getting books, read more. Take time to yourself. Go walk. Enjoy the sun. Make sure you put on sunscreen. My mom told me SPF over 50, right? And so there's little lessons that you get from your parents, from the people that care about you the most, even when you're not even expecting it. So, like, it was needed. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your parents, your siblings. Like, you don't know, man. You really don't know. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Y'all take care of yourself. Keep going. Like, we got 4 or 5 more months in this year. We can finish strong, and it's going to propel us to having a great 2027.